Hello dear students. So here I will start a new chapter, electrolysis. Students, in this chapter you will learn about the method electrolysis process and what is electrolytes, okay, and what are non-electrolytes, and what is electrolytic conductor, what is metallic conductor, what is the difference between electrolytic and metallic conductor, and dissociation, ionization. Everything has present in your book. So just I am, before starting the chapter, I am saying that I will just explain, simply explain what is this terms mean for. Okay, so I hope after listening my lecture, when you are going to read your book one by one, all the concept will be clear. Okay, so what is electrolysis first? Electrolysis is the chemical decomposition of electrolytes by direct current. Okay, so uh, chemical decomposition of electrolytes. Now the question is coming, direct current means battery. Okay, through battery, which will provide a constant supply of electricity. Okay, battery, you know, in what the electricity in our home we are using, that is called alternating current, AC. But here we are using DC, direct current. Okay, in alternating current, you know, always the frequency is changing, alternating. But here direct, the frequency is always constant, supply of frequency is happening. Okay, so now coming to what is electrolytes. The question is coming, chemical decomposition, you know, means chemically breakdown. Okay, of electrolytes. So now the question is coming, what is electrolytes? Students, electrolytes are the chemical compound. Okay, electrolytes are the chemical compound which pass electricity. Very simple, very simple. One by one I am explaining, students. I hope if you listening this, you can write the answer also. If the question will come, what is an electrolyte, you can write that electrolytes are the chemical compound which have the ability to pass electricity. Okay, so if we give the example, suppose sodium chloride, that is a chemical compound, HCl. Okay, they will break down into ion Na plus and Cl minus, hydrogen H plus and Cl minus. So that is the chemically breakdown. Okay, these are the electrolytes. Okay, they will ionize to pass the electricity. Means chemical compound which pass electricity, how they will pass electricity? They will pass electricity through the decomposition or ionization. Okay, and decomposition or ionization happens in molten or aqua state. Okay, in aqua state, in molten state they have the ions. In aqua state, water converted them into ion. Okay, water have high dielectric constant, they will pull H plus to make it ionize. Okay, because you know covalent compound will ionize and electrovalent compound will dissociate. Okay, so HCl is a covalent compound, so it will simply ionize in presence of polar solvent like a water. Okay, so water will bring H plus ion and Cl minus ion and make them ionize. Okay, and NaCl simply dissociate into its related ion, and after dissociation this ion will carry the electricity. This ion will move, pass here and there. Okay, inside the electrolyte. How? One by one you understand, no problem. Let's move forward. Electrolytes more elaborately. More elaborately, electrolytes means molten aqua state allow electric current. Okay, I'm showing my note to for your better understand. Here you can see molten aqua state allow electric current. Okay, so electrolytes are present generally, it should be present in molten or aqua state. Otherwise in solid state it will not uh, pass any kind of electricity, because student, you know, in solid state there is very strong electrostatic force of attraction, so ionization or dissociation is not possible. Okay, so they will decompose. Okay, molten aqua state allow electric current. How they will allow electric current? Because they will decompose. Okay, so strong, there is some example of strong electrolytes. Strong electrolytes means strong acid, you can say H2SO4, HCl, HNO3. Okay, sulfuric acid, hydrochloric acid, nitric acid. Okay, strong, they are strong electrolytes. And strong alkali also act as a strong electrolyte, like sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide, calcium hydroxide. They are strong alkali, they are also known as strong electrolytes. There is some so strong salts, okay, which will also consider as strong electrolyte. So strong electrolyte mean, or electrolytes can be three: strong acid, strong alkali, or strong salt. Strong base not possible, base is not dissolved in water, you know. The base which dissolve in water, that they are called alkali, and without dissolves in water, they will not pass electricity. So that's why alkali is considered here. So strong salts are sodium chloride, potassium sulfate, copper chloride, and ammonium chloride. How they are strong salts, student? Because you know sodium chloride comes from sodium hydroxide react with HCl. Okay, acid and this is acid and base react to form this salt. So all sulfate means H2SO4, Cl means come from the hydrochloric HCl. Okay, this chloride has eventually come from the preparation of salt, acid base salt lecture, you know, preparation of salt due to the reaction between acid and alkali, they will form salt. So their constituent, from their constituent ion you can understand why they are strong salts. Okay, now weak acids, they are called weak electrolytes. These are strong electrolyte because they are the strong acid or strong base, or alkalis, or strong salts. Okay, now come to the weak electrolyte. Weak electrolyte is suppose for example acetic acid. Acetic acid, why weak electrolyte? Because they are not 100% dissociates. Okay, in solution, in a solution, suppose there is a tumbler. Okay, there you will take HCl, strong concentrated HCl, so it will completely ionize and it will pass the electricity. But if you take acetic acid, it will not completely ionize. Okay, so that's why these are weak acid. Okay, similarly weak base or alkali is there, ammonium hydroxides. And weak salt, weak salt is not possible, student, because weak acid not 100% dissociate, and weak base also not dissociate completely. That's why they will not form salt. Okay, that's why weak salt is not there. So I hope a concept related to the electrolytes. What is a electrolyte? Electrolytes are the chemical compound which can pass electricity in molten or aqua state. Okay, and they are two types: strong electrolyte, weak electrolyte. Strong electrolyte example you have seen: strong acid, strong base. Some other example also present in your book, you can get it through. And weak electrolytes you understand. Now come to non-electrolytes, means there is some compound which will neither dissociate nor ionize, and that's why they will not pass electricity. Okay, that are urea, sugar. Okay, distilled water, pure water. You know, pure water is not is a non-electrolyte. It will not pass electricity. If you mix little bit acid on it, then it will pass the electricity. That's why acidified water is strong. So keep it in mind. A lot of people think that water can pass electricity. No, acidified water can. If you add little bit acid on it, then it can pass. Okay, HCl or H2SO4, whatever. But without adding the acid, water is not act as a electrolyte. Okay, it will not pass any electricity through it. So students, I hope you understand that what are non, those are, these are non electrolytes: alcohol, kerosene. Okay, now students, once again you can see electrolytes pass current. Okay, so you know conductor also pass current. What you learn in electrolyte, that they will pass electric current in molten or aqua state. But you similarly you can see that conductor also there in physics. You read the conductor, metal, non-metal, conductor, semiconductor, whatever. So conductor, what is the properties of conductor? Conductor also pass electricity. So conductor also pass electricity, electrolytes also pass electricity. So what's the difference between them? Okay, means conductor generally metallic. Okay, and so what is the difference between metallic and electrolytic conductor? Already I have right over here. Students, you know metallic means they are solid wire, copper wire, they are metallic conductor, solid. But electrolytic conductor are liquid, means liquid or solution state, suppose copper sulfate. Okay, it will ionize to form copper 2 plus and SO4 2 minus, SO4 2 minus. So copper sulfate, copper ion and sulfate ion is there. So in the solution, so that copper ion and sulfate ion will move and pass the conduct the electricity. So copper sulfate solution will act as a electrolytic conductor, whereas copper wire is a metallic conductor. Okay, in metallic conductor there no chemical change happened, but in electrolytic conductor chemical changes happens, because this decomposition takes place. After the decomposition there is deposition also takes place. Okay, after the decomposition they will go to the cathode and anode and deposition happens. So there is a chemical change happens, but in metallic conductor there is no chemical change. You know, in your home electricity is passing through the wire. Is there any chemical change? Have you seen? No, no chemical change. So there is a no chemical change. Conduction happens electricity due to electron, presence of free movable valence electron. Okay, you know that. Okay, so but here due to cations and anion, this cation and anion will move to cathode and anode. The electrolyte will ionize in this form, and then they will move to the cathode and anode, and by this way conduction of happens. Students, in solid phase sometimes the question will come, solid NaCl is a non-electrolyte, solid sodium chloride, but liquid and aqueous state it is a strong electrolyte. But in solid state no, not. Why? Because students, strong electrostatic attraction, already I have told you. In molten, if you heat it, bond is break, this strong electrostatic force bond is will break and ion will free. Okay, or in aqueous solution, water, weak this bond, water have high dielectric constant. Dielectric constant is a property of any liquid that that can pull the ion. Okay, dielectric constant is the property of a liquid which will pull the ion, cation and anion from a compound far apart. Okay, so so dielectric, so that is, so I hope you understand. So that water will pull that sodium ion and chloride ion and make this weakness of electrostatic force. Okay, and hence sodium and chloride ion will form. Now student, next class I will explain about dissociation and ionization.